Hello, Future John here. It's just gone Christmas 2020. Yeah, 2020 has not been a year for us to remember. Anyway, this is the final episode of Neptune Lander. We've been going now just shy 2 years, I think. Let's have a quick look. See when the first one was. June 2019, so that's 18 months ago. So this video series has been running 18 months, and it's been an interesting one because I've never written a game before, never ever written. I've always been an application developer. So even though Neptune Lander spawned from the physics engine episode, I wanted to continue it until we got a half decent game going, and I think it's okay. But what it did spawn was a coder who never coded in 6502, I think he says, and used my videos to code his own version of Neptune Lander, and we dedicated one, maybe 2 episodes to that person's version. Well, he released it in November, and it instantly became a hit. And 2 weeks ago, I think it was, 2 weeks ago, he won Game of the Year from the Freeze magazine, Freeze 64 magazine. So I'm really proud and really chuffed to bits of C64 Mark for his take on Neptune Lander and taking it a lot further than even I would have imagined. So I'm really proud that this tutorial series spawned a award-winning game from one of my viewers who was learning 6502 by using the videos. So I just wanted to say that before we go into the video, and to say I hope you guys had a happy Christmas, and I hope next year is a lot better for all of us. So with that, let's get into the video. Hello, John here again, and welcome to episode 40 of tutorial 35, which happens to be Neptune Lander. 40 episodes. I would have never thought I would have got 40 episodes on this, but here we are, episode 40. Now, I got a thing to show you since the last episode, but in this one I was thinking of implementing some sort of high scoring system. You know, a system that allows you to try and beat your own high score type thing. So it's going to be a simple high score. It's just at first we're going to make a simple one. If we've got time and I've got the brain power, then we'll try and implement it where you can put your name in. But first it's just to basically get you in the top 10. Can I get in the top 10? And that's what we're going to try and do, is try just to get your score into the high score list. But before that, just recently, one of my patrons and a Discord pal, Richmond Mike, has done some music for us. So I thought I would just play it so you could see the different music tracks. So here we go. So as you can see, we have got Neptune Lander open, and to be honest, it's been a while since I've looked at this, so I've probably forgotten where everything is, but I have implemented the SID player. So here we go. For your viewing pleasure, Neptune Lander by Richmond Mike. Well, it would do if it compiled. Come on. As you can tell, this is the title music, and it will carry on playing for as long oh, let's do that. Keyboard, joystick, easy. Right. So this is the in-game music. And that was the winning music. Now we're going to crash. There you go. And that was, oh dear, you crashed music. So we have got our soundtrack, which is pretty cool. So that is what's happened since the last episode. So I've managed to get some music in there, which I think is brilliant, and to be able to have we've got in-game music, the title music, the winning and the losing music, which I thought was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I watched Richmond Mike on one of his streams I can't say really create, that's a better word, create this in front of my very eyes on stream in just over, I think it was an hour and a half or something like that. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, so I'm gonna turn it off because I want you guys to, so we're going to turn off SID play. So now it shouldn't actually go. Move the mic. It's in my way. Crack open my can. Thank you. There we go. Right, so we've turned off the music. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and implement some sort of high score system. So first we need some memory to put it in. So let's see. Best thing to do is probably put it here. So we'll put it here. High scoring system. Right, now where is it? Scoring. There it is. So we're talking, so it's 3 bytes for every record. Right, 3 bytes for every record. So let's put them in, shall we? Right, byte. So we'll start at, so this can be the top score. So so let's do 1000. Right, let's do the numbers. Let's write them down. In fact, we'll put it in Notepad. So starting at the bottom, 1000, 2000, 4000, 6000, 8000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30,000, 50,000. There we go. There's our 10 bands. So that's what we're going to use. So let's just make that small. Move it to one side if I can. Have I made it too small? I can't move it. There we go. Right. Now we're using binary code decimal. So 50,000 will be 0, 0, comma, 50, comma, 0, 0. Now that's 5,000, isn't it? That's 50,000, isn't it? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. No, that's 5,000. Is that 5,000? Oh, where's the scoring system gone again? So this is ones and tens, then hundreds and thousands, and then the third one is 10,000s. Yeah. Ones and tens, hundreds and thousands, tens of thousands. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I question myself. Right, so the first one was 50. Then it was 30 and 20. 30 and 20. Then 15 and 10. So that's 1, 5, 10. And then we've got 8, 6, 4, 2. So let's make these zeros. So 8, 6, 4, 2, and then 1. Why does that look wrong? 100. Yeah. It looks wrong, but it's not. Right, so that's our high scoring bank. Yeah. So in the constants, where's our constants file? Put it. Score, number of high score records equals 10. So that's given our 10. So 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would be the one that we check for. Right. So what we need to do is we need to insert our cell. We need to be able to insert our score into these records. Right. So we need to create a function. So we'll do it in scoring, since it's part of the scoring, but we're going to create a function. We're not going to create a macro, we're going to create a function. So update high scoring table. So what we need to do is need to loop through the high scoring table and determine where our record is. So now this is backwards, yeah, but this is in essence what we're doing. I think I've got that wrong, hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need another one here, don't we? So this is representing our binary code decimal. Yeah. Oops. So each byte represents 2 digits of our high score. Now, let's make this a bit bigger. So let's say if we got a high score of that, then we've got to figure out where we need to put it in that row, and then insert it. And the way to do that is a single pass bubble sort, and so we're going to do that as well. Now the way this is going to work, and I think it's going to work, is we do this. So we've created a routine that takes the first byte, which is the big numbers, yeah, and tests it against that and says, am I bigger than you? No. Right, move on to the next one. Am I bigger than you? No. Move on to the next one. Am I bigger than you? No. Move on to the next one. Am I bigger than you? No. Move on to the next one. Am I bigger than you? No. Move to the next one. Am I bigger than you? Well, we are the same. Okay, right. Am I bigger than you? No. And then we move on to the next record. Am I bigger than you? Well, we are the same. Right then. Am I bigger than you? Yes. And then that is the point. Yeah. So that's where we insert the record there. And this is why it's going to be in reverse, yeah? And so what happens is we take that record away, so everything shuffles down, and we insert it like that. That is the plan. That is what we're hoping to achieve. Yeah. So that's what we've got to do. That's what we're going to try and do. So we start at the first record. So the first thing to do is let's get our indexing sorted out. Yeah. So LDX #0. I'm going to make X is equal to high score row. Yeah. So that's going to be our scanning record. And then Y is where we're going to test each component. So so what we need to do is we have our high scoring system in an area which is not there because they're macros, aren't they? So have we got the, there it is. Here's our scoreboard here. So it's going to be scoreboard, right? So that's what we need to do. So scoreboard is the low number, and then we go up that way, which does help. So what we need to do is we need to load the scoreboard numbers in and then test it against our record. So LDY #0, because we need to initialize it, and LDA scoreboard, y. So that's going, so this is the high number. 0 equals high number, which is 100, 1, 2, 3 thousands and 10,000, 10,000s. So we're going to load that in, and then we're going to compare it with our high scoring table. So it's going to compare it with that digit there, yeah, comma X, because X is our row. Well, in fact it's Y, because X is our row. Well, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? No, yes, yes, yes. No. No, we're fine. We're fine. We need to make this a do we? Hang on, we're talking 10 records, 30 bytes total. Nah, we'll live with it. So this is our row counter effectively. So we're saying, are we bigger than you? So branch if carry. First, we need to test if we're equal. Branch if equal. I'll just put equal test in there, because that's a different thing. And then branch if carry set, which is am I greater than you, which is, so this is my slot. Because I am bigger than you, so this is my slot. Yeah. If we're not bigger than you, then we need to increase X 3 times. So we can test the next row. So then we're going to put back, jump to test record. So test record needs to be here. And then it goes through it again. I'm just thinking we could possibly make this better. Yeah, we could possibly make this better. But we'll live with it for the moment. So, so we've done the less than. Then we need to do the equal test. So equal test. So basically we're increasing Y and we're increasing X, and we're doing exactly the same thing again. This is where I was thinking I'm sure we can optimize this. I think we need to optimize this. Yeah, so okay, so we are going to create a routine called compare digits. And we are going to take this lot, put it there. So let's make these temporary ones. So what we're going to do, right, let's put some things in. So Y equals digit to compare X equals high score digit to compare, and our return is equal to FF not less than. So our return is FF is less than 0 is equal to, and 1 is greater than. Will that work? So LDA hash $FF RTS equal test is LDA hash 0 RTS, and this is my slot LDA hash $01 RTS. Right, so we then here do this, compare digits. Right, and then what we need to do is this. So maybe I need to turn this round. Yeah. Greater than, less than. So this is going to be 01 and this one's going to be FF. So branch if minus, well, in fact, let's do this properly, 80, so we know what we're talking about. 80 is the final bit, and we can test that with branch if minus. So branch if minus, which means it's greater than, with this is my slot. Then branch if equal, because that will be equal, and then branch if plus. Well, we don't need that branch if plus because it'll just do it. So we're branching if minus, because that's slot bit 1 or bit 7, sorry. Then if that's not, is the value of our accumulator 0? Yes, it is. Then it's the equal test. And if it's 1, which is neither of them, then it's the less than test, and then we just do and we do it again. So we increase our y and x, and do the compare. So this is equal. So we've already tested the first digit, now we're testing the second digit. So effectively, we could do that again. Yeah. So we could do that again. But this time we'll do that and that. Well, if it's equal to, oh, if it's equal, because we're testing the second digit. So if it's greater than, because we've tested it, then it's my slot because I've got a bigger number on the second one. If it's equal to, then we need to go on to the next one. So this is equal thousands. So make that there. And then this is equal hundreds. Right. If it's less than, then we need to recycle back through. Yeah. So we do I and X, then I and X again, because now we're only moving 2 to get back to the record, and jump to test record. Right. And then we just do it again. But here, 400s. So if it's bigger, then it's their slot. If it's equal, well, if it's equal, we'll get it to test the next one. So get to test the next one, which means just adding 1 to the record and jumping it back round to test the next one, because it doesn't matter about less than. Right, now we've got a problem. I have a problem. Because how do we know which record we're in? How do we know which record we're in? We're going to have to do self mod code. Right, so we will call this high scoring test. That's what we'll call that. And then right at the very start, we will initialize right, so we'll initialize with that. So LDA that plus 1, LDA that plus 2. Right, so that's initializing this self mod code now, so we'll call that. So that's self mod code now. Now we don't need to do the X because the X can be now the row. So increase X. We do the tests with Y. And then we add. So we can do that here. If it's less than, we can do that here. We can add it, do it automatically. So CLC, LDA, high scoring test, ADC, #3, store it back in high scoring test, LDA, 2, yes I know, +1, +1, ADC, #0, and the reason why I'm doing it there is because we know we're going to the next record, so I might as well just update it. So then we increase our row counter and go back round to test, which initializes that. So that works. That works. So we don't need to increase the X there. Don't need to do that. Oh yeah, we need to increase that there. Increase the Y, increase the X. Yeah, so that should do it. So now our X register is our row. Yeah. So what we need to do now is, when it's our slot, we need to shuffle everything down to where we are. So this is my slot. So we've got a temporary variable somewhere that we can use. Have we got a temporary variable somewhere that we can use? Constants. Yeah. We will use 7. So we are going to store X there. That's our number of rows. So we now need to loop. So we LD Y0 because we're going to use the Y register to do all this looping. Right. So insert loop. And basically we are going to do so we're going to load X with, so 9 goes to 10, so we'll load it with 9. Right. So we are loading high score system. Y. whoops, and storing it into high comma system plus 3 comma y. Yeah. It's a bit quicker to do it this way. 1, so that's 4, 2, that's 5. That's it. Then we don't need y, do we? Don't need y at all. Oh yeah, we do. So then we'll do this, and then dex, and then compare x with this. If that is greater than or equal to, then we go back to insert loop. And if it's not, we do that. So that's going to create our line. So that's going to open up our line. We need to test this to make sure it works. Yeah, we need to test this to make sure it works. Because I'm not convinced it's going to work. I'm not convinced it's going to work. Let's try this. So in Neptune Lander, so here we're not going to go game start. We're going to do a couple of tests. So LDA hash $0.0. Store it in. No, not there. Store it in there. Then LDA hash $. Right, let's test this out. So I've done. Well, we'll do that. Oh, 7546. So 75. Store it in there, plus 1. Hash $46. There, plus 2. Then we will go here. We will JSR to there. And then we'll break. Right, let's see if that does the insert. So we'll run this in debugger so I can see what's going on. Right, here's debugger. Right, we want it in memory view, don't we? There we go. Right, let's F10 it, that's it. Oh, I didn't want to put that there. Come on, whiz to the bottom. So we should have our breakpoint. There it is. Oh, is it? No. Is that our breakpoint? Where's our breakpoint? Hang on, that's not even my code. That's not my code. Huh. Why is it not loaded it in? See if we can find it. Why am I going there? Right, today's date. Right, so that's loaded that in. Right, where's our breakpoint? Jump to 1,000. Why has it jumped into 1,000? Hang on. 0820. I've been messing around with my configuration, so I'm just wondering if it's having a fit. Right, so that breaks. C64 debugger still going. No. Right, it's loading it in. And it's broke, so F10, stop, go higher. Oh, 0820. Here we go, here we go. So there's our breakpoint there. So we're going to run through it. Right, so I'm going to leave a breakpoint there, I'm going to run through it. So I'm going to get this CBM to, there we go, I'm going to load it in again and we're going to check. Now, Let's just check where the where it's going to put the memory. So it's high score, wasn't it? High scoring system. 4695. High scoring system. Oh, it's scoreboard, isn't it? It's not high scoring system, it's scoreboard. Thought I was having a that's going into scoring test. Yeah. No, not there. Not there. Here. Oh dear. Right. Build to file. Right, let's run this again. Four, 6, 8, 6. They're different numbers. High scoring system. Come here. 4695. Yeah. So they're in the right place. Right. So we're going to run through this. So F10. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to get the memory up here. 4, 6. Let's see what happens. Here we go. So it's all going to happen around here. So it's storing our numbers, look. So there's our three numbers. So we're talking high score is 4695, which is down here somewhere. Yeah. So these are, oh, you can see the numbers, look. Oh, there we go. 1000, 2000, 3000, 5000, and then carries on. Oh, where are the other numbers? Oh. Right, have I put the right numbers in? Let's just make sure. Oh yeah. So it's backwards. For 5000 is the one that we're looking for, which should be there. There it is. So it's going backwards. So we're going to be testing all this lot when we're going in. So let's see. I'm going to run through it step by step if it does it. So can I get a better view on this so we can? Ah, that's a better view. Right, so they're the three numbers we stored, so we've got to fit in somewhere here. So here we go. Stepping through. Oh, I want this to follow. There we go, we're following now. So we're reading first three. Hello, it's Future Self here. I've just been editing the video and didn't see this when I was doing it. I didn't see this at the time, and can you see the problem that wasted 15 minutes of my time? Well, I've just spotted it and I didn't actually realise at the time, but if you look there that I've just circled, that is the problem. Now for the next 10 minutes I try to figure out what the problem is, and I'm not even in the right ballpark until I stumble across it in 10 minutes time. I just thought I'd point that out because even when I was running back I was thinking what's gone wrong, because I was going to cut all that out, but that is what's gone wrong. Right, let's carry on. Three numbers. Comparing. Didn't like it, so it's adding 3 and returning back 1. Right, seems to have found what we need. Okay, let's see if it shuffles everything down. No. Didn't think it was going to work. Got it the wrong way round. Got it the wrong way around. We need to so it's naught. Right, so it's naught 3. Oh, where's my text file? So our y-index here is, it's going to be naught 3 6 9 plus 3 is 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, because then we're going to override. So this needs to be 24. And then these needs to be DEYs. Because it was copying the 5 all the way down. Right. Let's build that again to file. Cool, now we're all ready. Which seemed to have identified which record we was in. Have you done it? Oh. Would help us to be in the right file. Oh, did I save that over the right file? What an idiot. Modified. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right, so we'll go in here. Reload. That's it, it's broke. So we should be still in the same place, so we'll F10 it. So we'll see our numbers going in, 0, 75, 46. And now it's going to look through. So we're starting here. Oh, that's wrong. It's loading in location and it's not, is it? It's not. It's not loading the location, is it? It's loading the value. So low, high. Oops, making it worse. So it's loading the low value of and then the high value. That's what it should be doing. And I'm compiling it again in the wrong space. Right. Yeah. What I'm hoping is that we're going to see it reading the right locations. So let's step through it. So it's writing. Now it's coming to start the read cycle. So it's reading the low value, reading the high value, storing them in our self-modifying location, initializing those things. Now it's doing our first test. So it should load. That's our number. Comparing it with that number. Is it equal? No. Is it greater than? Yes. Oh. That is greater than that. No, it isn't. That's right. So it's loading number, adding 3, storing it, returning 1. So that should come straight back round. Yeah, now it's going to read the next number. So goes back in, reads our number. Now it's reading this number here. Still no show. So we're going to go back round. So it's reading our first number. It's reading that number, no show because it's 2. So come back round. So now it's reading our number again. This time it should be 1. There it is. Still no show. Right, this is going to be the one that's going to be interesting. So comes in, reads our first number, reads that number, still no show, still too big. So it goes to the next record. Here we go. So it reads our first number, reads this number. Now it's equal. So it's going to go to the equal part. There we go. Returns back. It's not minus. It's equal. So it comes back, increases our Y character. Now it should test the 75. So we're coming in. Picks up the 75. Picks up the 80. Oh, we are smaller than that. Are we smaller? Yes, we are. Oh, it's adding 3 now. Adding 3, but that might work. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, that worked. We're all right. We are okay. Now we're higher. Branch if carry set 80, branch if minus. This is now where we are going to. So X is at row 6, so we're going to move 3 rows down. So this is going to be interesting. Here we go. So we're going to watch as it moves things down. So we read that, and then 1, 2, 3 should put it there. Yep. And we read that. Oh no, that one there, sorry. And it should put it there. And then this one to there. Right, so now it should do the next one. There goes. Then the 40. We're on a winner. Then it should move the 60 down. Now that has made our space. Yeah, that's right. So it should come out. Oh, it's branched round. But we was at 6. Branch of carry set. DX is at 6. 79's at 6. Why has that gone back round? Because now it's moving another one down. Yeah. Maybe we should make sure, put that as an equal. Let's do that. So this should be an equal. Right, let's just make sure it's going to work. And I've done it again. Right. Oh, have I shut it down? Oh, I have. Can you hear my fan running? Wow, it's getting noisy, that thing is. Right. F10. Come on, F10. Oh, it's not loaded in. Oh, it has. Right, so we know it works, so we're going to just break this. Right, reload. Right, so let's get to 446. There we go. So it's all in that top space there. So here we go. F10. Oh, that's it. So now it's checking. It hasn't found it yet because we're still at 01. Now it's O, so it's checking the second number, still too big. Now it's checking the third number. There we go. This is the one. So we're at X at 6. So now we'll just follow it. So that's the first one. Oh dear. Got caught in an IRQ. Come on, come back to me. What are you doing? Oh dear. Come back to me, come on. Come on, what are you doing? Right, let's run this again. breakpoint there. Let's get this in the right place. There we go. Reload. It's better. Right, let's run through it. Right, so it's doing our tests again. Now it's moving everything. Oh, we're back in that IRQ loop again. F11. Does it shift everything down? No. Run through this quickly. Right, it's doing the test. Now we're coming down to hours. 6, that's the one. So it's starting to move the stuff down now. So it's done that first one. And now we're in the IRQ loop. Really? Jesus Christ. Just realised my mistake. Just realised. You guys have probably been shouting at the screen going, John, no. Right. I'm a plank. I've just spent a lot. I've just done a Shallan interrupt. Spent bloody ages and I've got the wrong pigging instruction in. Absolute plank. Right, let's reload this back in. Let's run through it again. So now we're doing the compare. 5, 3, 2, 1, 180. No, 080, and then now 0, 0, 60. So now it should be, here we go, starting to shuffle everything down. So here we go. So that's the 2. Now the 4 moves. There we go. Now the 6 moves. And that should be it. Come out. Brilliant. Oh, all that time and effort wasted. Right, so we now know that it works, yeah? So all we have to do then is, because X is still got our our value in it, so it's 6 times 3. So it's 6 times 3. So how can we do 3? Well, we know 6 is in 79, so we can use that. So LDA 79 + which is that. Right, we'll times it by 2. That's logical shift left. And then we will add that to it. Transfer A to X. So now we should be able to LDA scoreboard, comma X, and no, LDA scoreboard, comma X, and then store it in comma X. LDA score, undo. +1. Right. I know you're all screaming at me. I heard you all. So, INX. So that should do it. That should insert our score into the high score table. Let's run it in debug mode. Right, so let's stop you and let's go backwards. And I want to put a breakpoint there because we know it works. So control load. Right, X is 12. So 6 times 3 is 18. That's correct. Right. So if we go to 4693, there we go. So here, so we've shuffled everything down. So this is where we should put our number. So here we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. So 0 goes there, 75 goes there, 46 goes there. Get in there. Right. Cool. I'm happy now. So this is what we need to put in now into the game. We don't need that one either. Ah, dear. Oh, 1.5 hours. Oh dear. So we just now need to put this into the game, into the high score. So what we need to do, save that. Where's the game flow? So when we're dead, dying, update score, dead, here we go. And do we have another chance? Press space to start, so it's not there, it's here. Here we go, dead, trying again. So we need to, here, take this and add it there. And then let's put a comment in there. Display high score board. Right. Let's see if this works. So let's build it. I'm going to run it in the debugger. Because I want to check that my score goes in. And of course I'm on the wrong page again. Oh, it's not going to work anyway. Cancel, because we still got this in. That's it. To file. Right, save that in there. We'll load the C64 debugger. There we go, so it's coming down. Right, so let's press the space, keyboard. Right, gotta get above 1,000, easy. Because that's the lowest number, isn't it, 1,000? Oh, it's incredible watching this thing work in debugger, even though it's really, really slow. Oh, we landed. There's the delay. $170. Well, that's not going to get us very far, is it? Thought it was going to crash there. There we go. That's going to boost the score. That should be the hard one. There we go, we're above 1,000, that'll do me. Oh, got loads of fuel. Got loads of fuel. Got off to burn off the fuel, haven't I? Oh God, they put a dent in it. Oh well. Let's reload this in and we'll do it a bit different. We do it on medium. Right, got to land it now. Land. There we go, I like that. $120. Is that all I got? Oh, crap, it's really steep here. Not even going to get on scoreboard. Run out of fuel. Don't think you even got on the scoreboard. Nope. Didn't even get on the scoreboard. Nope. Right. I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll finish this off in the next episode. So there's going to be another one, but there's some other things I want to do. I want to put scrolling credits on the front screen and stuff like that. So there's going to be another one. Alright then, if you like this video, then hit that like button. If you didn't like the video, fine, hit the dislike button. Always leave me a comment. And if you'd like to support me and the channel, then consider becoming a patron of mine. All the money raised in Patreon comes back into the channel. And with that, I'll say see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.